Hey guys, this is Rock King 3 bringing another live commentary, Forza 5. This is going to be part of the King of the Road challenge. And it is MotoFox14 with a D Class Mazda Miata MX-5. And it's on the test track, the airport test track. I think it's Mojave Desert Test Track or something like that. You can see see I've raced it before. I think I was 80th on this track. I think I raced it with a Lotus Elan. And the good news is I know which direction to go that's faster. So I am going to continue to go that direction. And it is not this direction. Now that I think about it, it's the outside one. Alright. So this is just the warm-up lap. I just had to remember which direction to go. Oh, I can take these turns a lot faster than this. Alright, so just so you guys remember how I do this is I run the warm-up lap and then the first lap, and then I run 10 full laps with the Challenger's car. I run the 10 full laps with the Challenger's car, so you'll see the first couple and the last couple. And then I bring out the same car with my own tune, and I see if I can beat it in 5 full laps. Ooh, a little wobbly there. I need to turn a little earlier. Alright, a lot earlier. Oh, turn. Almost didn't make that. So the person on the track is probably top 25. Ooh, and I don't have the brake line over here, that's right. There's no brake line for that turn. The tires are getting stickier a little bit. Alright. So after this lap, take a quick pause, and I will see you guys after about 9 full laps of this, and we'll see what time we get out of it. So far not a clean one, but we'll get there. Alright, and we're back. Ran a couple extra laps because I was really struggling to get a good clean lap going here. So I just took a few extra practice laps, let's call it. We got the 109s, that's good. Struggling a little bit to keep this clean right through here. I think we're okay. First time I've hit that thing. Trying to keep it full throttle here, but I'm just not quite able to. Need a little bit more oversteer, I think. I'm locking them up a little bit too. Might be a little bit of brake balance change for me. And this one I really wish I could do better. Looks like this Mini Cooper goes in tight like this, and I haven't really tried that. So I get a little bit too much slide. This car doesn't quite have the turn-in radius that that Mini does. So I think I want to maybe make it, just tune it a little bit more so that it oversteers a little bit for me. Hey, we improved our lap, 108. Close, there we go. Almost full throttle all the way through. Just a little bit of a let off. This time we're going to go for it right here. Alright, full turn. Oh, bummer. And we're dirty. Hey, we lost the left mirror finally. I'm going to get a lot smoother through there. So we ran a couple extra laps just to make it clean, but I think we finally got some good times in here. There's that slide out on brake again. We gotta get that worked out. Alright, we'll take a little bit of an inside line here. See if we can cut down the time. Oh, it's dirty anyway, so. 109 or 189 or something like that. What's our best? So I'm going to take the clean lap there. We're going to use the 108.889. 108.898. Alright, we will be right back. I'll go get mine all built out and we'll compare them. Alright, and we're back with my Mazda Miata MX-5. This is my my MX-5 I used on Prague. I set a top 100 time on that one with this car. I did make some adjustments because it looks like it's been a while since I've tuned it, so I made a lot of changes to it. So the time to beat is 108.898. I took out the 896 on the track just because it was the closest one. It was just a little bit faster. So I kind of redialed in the car with some of the new techniques I did, so I will do a parts and tune after this to share that with you guys. This is the hardest turn in the track for me. Alright, so we're trying to beat MotoFox14's time. And I do need to get a clean time, so even if I do beat it and it's dirty, I'm going to have to run it again until we get a clean lap. So from here I get 5 full laps for the King of the Road challenge. I'm trying to get this so I can go full blast, but I just have not gotten the right turn where I start turning anyway, I should say. This line through here has been pretty easy for me because my car turns really, really well. Oh, terrible. Oh, I didn't even notice that car took a different route. That's funny. I raised the deceleration a little bit so I didn't get that spin out with the rear tires. Let's say we're going to get it in the first lap. It's going to be close. I did get it. I'm going to run one more lap. I just want to see if I can get a really good one in here. I've been trying to make that turn without letting off. And I did make the turn without letting off, but not quite the line I wanted. So I think the time I have on this track is 80th with a Lotus Elan. I'm going to see if I can just give it a run here real quick. This Miata. I did let off a little bit there. I didn't want to. So at the end of this, I'm going to run an inside line, or just run it as straight as possible to the line. See if we can get out of it. Nope, still a little bit slower. But we did beat MotoFox14 MX-5, so I retain King of the Road crown. And let me take you directly in here. We'll see what, I don't know if it's going to tell me what place because I didn't beat my previous time. But let's go ahead and take this over to the parts and tune bin, and I'll share that with you as well. And actually, I'm going to take this back to Prague today too, because I think it'll do even a little bit better on Prague than I had before. I think after running that a long time ago, I think it's just outside the top 100. And 74th. I don't think I ran that time this time. Or did I? I don't know. I think I did actually beat my time from before, because it was 80th before. So it looks like we got about 74th place on there. Alright, let's go over the parts and tune part of it. This is only a 400 PI car, so there's really not a lot of performance upgrades from power perspective. But we do have this centrifugal supercharger on it. That was a 44 horsepower for 35 PI, which is pretty good. Alright, let's go over to the engine. This is going to be really quick. I would not believe there would be any performance parts. You can see I have tuned the heck out of this car. I've tried out all sorts of parts. This car has been around, I think, probably since the beginning. It was one of my earliest cars. Always liked the Mazda Miatas. Alright, we do have the race centrifugal supercharger. That was 18 horsepower for 15 PI. Ooh, I even have the race intercooler. That was 11 horsepower for 6 PI. And that probably works because the car just really handles really well. I have the street oil and cooling. That was 2 horsepower for 3 PI. That probably wasn't a very good bargain. But that's alright. You can see I've tried every flywheel, which I don't even really use anymore. Alright, we have the race brakes on it. And we're going to have the race spring and dampers, race front and rear anti-roll bars. And yes, I had the full cage. I saw that through the back window. We have the street weight reduction. If I have the clutch, I'll be shocked. Alright, stock clutch. And we have the race transmission. This is the 6-speed, and this is the one that I compared with Moneyman 300s because he had the Sport, and he had the 5-speed. I just seem to like the 6-speed a little bit better just because it accelerates a little bit better. But you could play with different transmissions on that one as well, depending on the track. I have the street drive line. I'm almost thinking it would be better to decrease weight and get rid of that one oil and cooling piece of it, but that's right. We have the race differential. We have the sport tire compound. This car does handle really, really well. You could probably even drop down to a street if you don't need as much handling as I have on it right now. I have the 195/45 upgraded front tire width in the front. And I have the largest upgraded rear tire width in the rear, 265/30s. Heavy. This is weird. I don't usually take these, but I have the Weld Racing Magnum 3. I'm not sure what the weight equivalent of that would be. It's like they're pretty light. You see I've had a lot of other... yeah, they're pretty light. They're 22 pounds lighter than the ones I usually use. We have the R16s for the front, which I'll probably have R16s. Oh, R17s in the rear. I think I've just about bought every single part for this car, the way it looks. Alright, we have the front Forza wing. We have the rear Forza wing. And probably nothing else. Maybe a hood. Yep. We have the street hood. I think that's just a weight reduction. 4 pounds. Nothing too big there. Alright, that's all the parts. Let's go into the tune. I have 26.5 in the front and the rear. Just adjusted those for this particular challenge. Final drive at 558. This was another major change that I made. I went a little bit more negative camber on the rear and just a touch more in the front. So we got -2.2 in the front, -2.5 in the back. I took out the toe that was in there. We zeroed that out. And I increased the front caster to 6.0. I decreased the front anti-roll bar down to 19.54. That was really high. It was like 26. And then I kept these about 3 to 4 apart and softened up the rears a little bit. This is also another one that I really softened up a lot. The front springs are down to 569 and the rears are 517.8. Got these a little bit closer together than they were before. They were like 8.8 and 5 or something like that. Increase it to 8.5 and 8.1. I like to have these a little bit closer together, so that's what I did. Bump stiffness softened it up a little bit, 4.5 and 3.1. It was really the front number that I softened up a little bit. No downforce. I might have to try that without a spoiler, but I think with the spoiler you get some PI back. Brakes, I'm at the middle there, 50% on the balance and 140 on the brake pressure. And differential 35% in the acceleration. And then I also increased this deceleration to 38%. It helped me with the downshifting in a couple of those corners where I was losing the back end. But that worked out pretty well as you saw. Alright guys, that's it. King of the Road Challenge. I retain my crown for another challenger. We have a big one coming up. We have O&R Roadrunner coming up next. An S-Class 93 Nissan GTR V-Spec. So that'll be really, really interesting. So we'll see how I can do with that one. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.